Aye, aye. Well, Europe, it's been fun, but after tonight, we move on and explore the rest of what the world has to offer. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the final round and the final race of our FPRL European Championships. We are still at Zandvoort and for the final time at the Dutch Grand Prix. I'm Cruiser 1872 and join me, at least making it a clean sweep in the European season, is Monkey Boy Kurt.
Yeah, good evening, everyone. Good evening, Cruiser. Good to be alongside you again. Like you say, the clean sweep on commentary this European season, and we've definitely witnessed a good season so far. I know the numbers obviously aren't as high as we would like, normally, but hopefully these 12, I think 13 actually, I think one more's joining quali, can give us a good final race in Europe this season. The Drivers' Championship has been decided for the European side anyway, with Reese taking that title, but we've still got Haas versus Williams for the constructors. So it'll be interesting to see who's going to win out of them. Only 4 points between the two teams.
Yep, and I suppose if it's anything like like the season in general, if Reese wins, then that's going to be it. But don't count out AMS Drive or Henke's AMS Drive, confirming second place in our European Championships. Object Fungus is in third, and I think that's been sewn up also. So top three has been set. So tonight it is a little bit of a nothing race, but quite poetic actually that Reese is number one currently on the time charts. Kind of sums up how he's been throughout the first half of Season 7. Almost unbeatable. 3 victories to his name. And if he does win tonight, he will have won more than half of the races in our European Championships. So that would just give a small inkling as to the performances he's put in. A very, very much a wildcard dark horse performance from Reese. But we'll go to his teammate Nigel Piddle to take us for a lap around this Zandvoort circuit, as FIFA's has retired in the pit lane, so it seems like they're going to do a question mark last to first challenge. But going through Tarzan Corner at turn 1, and then just for the record, I'm not going to pronounce any of these corner names tonight because they're Dutch. I'm not going to pronounce Dutch words because I'll probably insult a whole nation. Anyway, going through the end of Sector 1, it's a 24-1 for Nigel Piddle. A decent Sector 1, of course, the first runs in qualifying, always just about getting a banker lap in on the timing board. Just about survives there on that curb. That curb will send you to the Shadow Realm and the gravel trap if you go too wide at the exit. Now towards Sector 2 and the Stadium Sector. Nigel's favourite bit of track in the world because it's just an orange army cheering on Max Verstappen. As I see he acknowledges the crowd in the Nigel Piddle way possible, probably a two-finger salute. And now the final two corners and then the banking towards the main straight. The DRS zone has been extended in F123, so expect a bit more overtaking. And a 108.7 for Nigel is a good run. Robin, a 108.8.
Yeah, definitely a good start from Nigel Piddle. Robin just comes in just behind. We've got few more coming across the line. We've got a Ferrari. Our driver's on his out. That's going to be Henkers to be next. Another driver trying to fight for this Constructors' Championship along with his teammate AMS Drive. Obviously sits high up in the standings. I mean, to be fair, Henkers has been very consistent as well throughout this campaign. And he goes into provisional pole with an 8.6. So a good lap from him. We've now got another Haas coming around of Reese. And he betters that even more at 8.4. So these times just getting better and better at the moment. Here comes Jimmy Vane as well in the Red Bull. What's he going to set? He's set to 108.8. So very, very tight at the moment from everyone that's crossed the line. Raza Gamer goes through with a 9.1. Just quickly in the chat. Good evening to Shadows. Good evening, mate. Good evening to Miss Frankie. We love old friend who we here. And TJ, subscriber Prime. They've just got 20 months. That is a fantastic achievement for Mr. Tidgham. Some proper dedication there to this league. I reckon the McLaren boys are on for a 1-2, says Yorkie. Yes, I definitely think so too, considering they're not even racing. And Verstappen, turn 1, 2, 3, 4. You're onto something there, yeah. Very, very good.
Oh,
And Rob, what? Wow. Wow. Drobel goes faster with an 8.0. Yeah, it was quite close until Drobel came along.
can we just check that's not Object Fungus and with Drobel's name, please? Because that is scary fast from Drobel of 108.053, and just for reference, that's 4/10 of a second faster than Reese. 4/10 in this track is huge, to put it into perspective. But we'll see what AMS Drive can do for their first run, quote unquote purple sector 2. Just see what they can do on the run to the line. We have an Alpine ahead, probably going to be a Phenom, the only Alpine tonight, as we've got Knox Desire and Collateral Lads. Knox on their lap, Collateral Lads about to start his run and drive up to the line. It's not going to beat Drobel, but it's going to put him in second place. Still 3/10 though behind the Ferrari, who's arrived. They've definitely arrived.
Yeah, definitely arrived on the scene here as a Drobel. AMS Drive, quite a good lap, obviously. Puts him up into P2, but like you say, he's still 3/10 off that provisional pole time. I'm riding on board with Collateral Ads. He now is going to be the final person to set his lap at the moment, as we've got Knox Desire coming around the final corner as well. And we'll just see quickly where he goes before we go back on board with Collateral Ads. Here comes Knox Desire in that Alfa Romeo. And he goes up into 9th place with a 9.0 for now. Here comes Collateral Ads in the AlphaTauri. He's got a little bit of traffic in front of him with the Haas, who doesn't hold him up, gets out of the way. And towards the end of Sector 2, a 47.9. I think he's going to be wanting a little bit more than that to get himself up in contention. But as he now comes around the final couple of corners, he's got to take this corner very well and does so. Gets on the power nicely. DRS open around the final banked corner and towards the line. What's it going to be for the AlphaTauri for now? And yeah, goes in front of Knox Desire on 08.9, but it's so tight between third and well, it's fourth and ninth, only 3/10. So a little bit of an improvement there can definitely get you up the fence. And I think he's just might have just blocked the Haas there potentially of Nigel Piggle, and I think he has. And I don't think Nigel was very happy with that at all.
Wait, nah, I think both of them have shared history. We'll say that. But Nigel's backed off of that run. There's Drive just heading back into the pit lane. So, there you go. Opening exchanges of qualifying are done. Drobel leading the way in a 108.0. AMS Drive. Reese Henkes up in 4th, showing very good form as well as the Williams driver. Nigel's in 5th. Junuven, didn't actually mention him to be fair, is in 6th. Robin, Phenom, Collateral Lads, Knox Desire, and Razagamer. FIFA's choosing not to set a lap time, probably saving a set of softs for the race, as Nigel's going to head around and restart that lap. As actually, no, that's Reese that's doing it on the way, so we'll jump down to Reese. Let's give him some spotlight, not that he's needing any more of it, to be fair. 3 victories, and I believe, if I'm correct, 2 pole positions in our European Championships, sealing the championship last time out around Baku. And no matter what happens, he will have a lead going into our Continental Series. And after our Continental Series next week, on Sunday, on the FPRL Twitch channel. Of course, all of races are streamed on twitch.tv/FP Racing League. Be sure to hit that follow button. We're on our way to 750 followers before 4 digits and beyond. We are taking over the world like we are in Season 7, having our European Championships and then our Continental Championships taking place across North America, South America, Asia, and taking a little detour via Australia as well. Sadly, no race in South America. Bring back Kyalami. And of course, there's never going to be a race in Antarctica. But Reese, as I say, no race in Antarctica. Reese on the front row, 108.1. drive. Henkes, Nigel's going to go for another lap. He's matching his time, and yeah, I think Nigel's cut his losses there.
Yeah, it was a good lap actually there. So come through from Genevieve. He puts himself up into 4th place, which is a good position for him. Hasn't really been that high. We got a spinner.
You can't park there, sir.
Yeah,
Sorry.
we've got Raza game around.
I apologise. Raza, I apologise. I had to say it. I had to do it to somebody. So, yeah. If you're listening, Raza, I'm sorry, but it had to be done.
Yeah,
Anyway,
so Robin's just come round. P5 for him in the Aston Martin. His times are getting a little bit better as the session goes on. Have we got any more people on fast laps? I think Henkes is just coming on to one now. Raza will be starting his one now as well. I don't really think anyone else is on a fast lap. They'll be on their in laps. So we'll stay on board with Henkes. See what he can do as he comes through sector 1. Is he up on his current time? He is by 55,000, so it's not going to be enough to put him any higher. But he's still got time to find in the rest of the lap as he comes down the hill, taking that really fast right-hander now on the brakes towards the latter part of sector 2. On the throttle, and the DRS will open towards the end part of this sector. In the 47s you want to be, and he's up by 2/10 to 47.5 through sector 2. This will put him up around to about 4th position. Can he gain any more and leapfrog his teammate, who's currently sat in 3rd place on a 1:08.3? He's going to have to take this last corner very, very well indeed. And I think he took it pretty well, but as he comes towards the line now, has he taken it well enough to leapfrog his teammate? He hasn't quite, but he's given it a good go, and he's up into P4. That means the Williams now sit at P3 and P4. Looking back on once again on this constructors fight, Haas is sitting in 2nd and 7th at the moment.
Yep, doing well. And Ads is asked for an invite to the lobby.
Yep.
Just put it in the Twitch chat. Obviously, wait until Henkes completed that lap. He will have around 5 minutes. Well, our McLaren driver to get a lap on the board, like drive well. And it's marginally faster, but it's still third. Drobel still leading the way and hasn't went out for a second run, just showing how confident he is in that lap time. And so far, that confidence is being proven. And collateral adds up by nearly 4/10, going into the final sector. The 2 most important corners on the track. You've just got to get this one right. Get the white line on the exit. Very well done there by the AlphaTauri, but will that battery come back to haunt him? It's drained down to almost nothing as he crosses the line. It's a good lap from collateral adds to put him 7th ahead of his old ally, quote unquote, of Nigel Piddle. He's going to start his second run, but it's going to be in another fresh set of tyres, and potentially this could be Nigel's final run if he doesn't have another set of softs. So he's got to make that lap count. Ads has joined, so we will have a lap to get somewhere on the grid. Nox Desire is going for that out lap, and there's Ads just joined up there, so that's good. So we will have 13. Unlucky for some. Oh goodness. So that will go well. Nigel up by 2/10 already in sector 1, so he must have absolutely nailed going through the first few corners. The best lap is around Zandvoort is that sector 1 is really 3 corners. That being obviously turn 1, the entry towards turn 3, and then after that it's just a flowing straight line. And each sector only has like 2 important braking zones. Nigel's actually matched his middle sector bang on to the 1,000th of a second. Still 2/10 up is the Haas. We're looking for any improvements he can to try and get him to challenge Junivane or even Henkes up in 4th. That'll help Haas's constructors fight to be up there, and he's got on the grass. He's backed off. Obviously not enough of an improvement for Nigel. He didn't feel satisfied with that lap. Nox Desire up by 2/10 as well, actually matching Nigel Piddle there in terms of advantage through sector 2. Apparently a purple middle sector as well for Nox, so they are giving it everything they can. Takes that final corner very nicely. So well, this put him looking to maybe get ahead of collateral adds. A slight lift there actually, going through the banking, and he's lost him a little bit of time. He's improved, but not enough to improve from 10th. Ads has went out for the quickest outlap known to man, so he's going to try and get, I think he's going to be a sighter lap for Ads and then go for one push lap. Or, nah, he's going to go for it here. No, died up. No, no, I'm not at all at ads here, but I've never seen anyone do a burnout on a warm-up lap. I mean, Freddie Ford tried it, and less said about that, the better.
Yeah, maybe trying to get maybe a little bit of heat in those tyres. Some laps you do around here, around certain tracks, some of the heat's just not in the tyres from the first out lap. Sometimes you actually need two. But as well start, his probably only lap unless he's got a bit of fuel in the car, and he can try and reload that battery for one more at the end. Nox Desire, however, I think that's qualifying done for him unless he can get out and get in and get out with about a minute and 10 to go. It is a short lap round here, so it is doable, but you have to be very, very quick if he is to get another time lap out of this qualification. But here comes ads 24-0 for the first sector, and he spun it!
Oh, he got on the grass. He got on the grass at entry.
We still got half of that battery, so he's just going to try and reserve as much as he can now. Might have one more go at it, but knowing how much battery you use around this track, I don't even know if he's going to have enough to get to the end of his next flying lap. He does try one, and that's what you do. You go into neutral, and you should be able to get some battery back. But at the moment, it's not like he's really gained anything. We'll go. I don't think Phenom gained anything on that lap either. He was on a flying lap while we were watching ads, and he's in 9th place. Robin's still yet to come out, and Nox Desire. Are they going to get out? Here comes Robin, so he will. I think Nox Desire will not have time. Yes, that will be his qualifying done. Even though he's coming out of the box now, but I think he's going to be too. Oh, Dashy! It's going to be very tight.
He flies around this outlap. It's going to be so close for Nox Desire, and yeah, there's going to be 2 flying laps here for the Alfa Romeo driver. He'll just make it. He'll just miss out, I fear. So you can just see how much he's throwing that car. Oh, speaking of throwing the car, Ads has got another oversteer moment, and I don't think that's going to help his cause. It might actually just be 12th place. He's down by 4/10. So he's going to finish the lap, get something on the board, but I don't think Ads will go any higher than 12th, unfortunately. AMS driver, purple set to 1. He's the lead car of the top 3 on track. So we'll stick with AMS Drive for the remainder of this lap. He's right behind Nox Desire, who is on their out lap. So Nox has got to get a move on, otherwise he won't make it. And you see there his ERS light is actually blinking. I don't know if he's actually using his battery there. But he's got 15 seconds to get to the line. As I said, it's going to just make it or just miss it. As Junovane's off at turn 8. He got on the curb and is in the gravel. So that's the first victim of turn 8 tonight. Drive, full send to the line. Is he going to break into 107s? Not quite. He's just missed out on Drobel.
And Nox Desire has just smacked Ads. I don't know if Ads has just thrown it in the wall in frustration, but Nox Desire has just absolutely took him out. And he actually got over the line. We were saying, is he going to get over the line? He did get over the line, but his lap has just been completely ruined. Nigel Peel goes P7. Here comes Drobel. Can he improve? No, he can't. I think he got a bit too greedy there.
Reese is down. Drobel survives that threat, but what about Henkes? Will he make it a surprise pole position? He's done well to get where he is. Up to the line for Henkes. It's still 4th as a good attempt. Junovane made that mistake. Robin's the last realistic chance to challenge Drobel, but even at that, he's got to find nearly half a second on his lap. But we know what form Robin's been on up to the line, and it's going to put him up in 5th ahead of Junovane. Clark Lads has finished his lap. Razadema is down on their time, and that is it for qualifying. So Drobel, for the final round in Europe, will take pole position ahead of AMS Drive. Nigel down in 7th for the Haas team as I see Reese has lost 2 of his wheels. So the Haas mechanics better get to work pretty quickly. Or, you know what, Nigel, sit this race out. Reese is taking your car.
Hey, John Albon.
Yeah. Yeah, for those of you who don't know, the Australian Grand Prix this weekend as we are racing around Zandvoort. Alex Albon crashed his car in practice, and Williams have told Logan Sargent to go home. Albon's doing the race in his car. How fair. Anyway, Drobel AMS Drive, Reese 1, 2, 3. Henkes is in 4th, Robin up in 5th. Keep an eye out for Henkes and Robin, they two can put up a good race. Junivane's in 6th, Nigel, as we said, in 7th. Old Friends with Collateral Ads on row 4. Phenom's up in 9th, Raza, Nox, Ads and FIFA's electing not to set a lap time. So we'll see what the race holds for them.
Yeah, it's definitely a close call regardless. I know Ads made that mistake. And Nox's time may have improved if he didn't obviously have that collision, but the whole grid basically separated by 8 tenths. I know there's only 12 cars, 13 cars, but still close. And you know, hopefully we're going to see another great race coming up. Nigel Pickle, I've got Object Fungus next to me to take over. He wouldn't drive for Haas. Yeah, he drives for Ferrari.
Well, I suppose Haas is pretty much the prior year's Ferrari, so take for that what you will. We'll run at F124, we'll see Object Fungus in a Haas. So, I got to say as well, our European Championships, never thought they'd actually be as fun as they were. But think to yourself, Monkey Boy Kurt, you've had quite the fun, I say the fun tier 3 adventure. You've been, what was it was 4th in your standings.
Oh, I wish.
So,
I wish I was that high. No, I'm about 7th. But,
really?
Yeah.
No,
yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, every time I've tuned in, you're always up at the top half of the field.
No, somehow I always screw it up. But no, well, no, I've definitely, I feel like I've got some good pace, but you know, the continental season starting on Sunday, so start afresh, I guess. Try and maybe win that championship potentially, but we'll have to wait and see. We can eradicate some of the mistakes and the bad luck, and there's definitely some wins in there. I guess it's also we can also announce now that we've got a couple of moves happening in the lower tiers for people that watch tier 2 and tier 3. Obviously, like I said, the continental season is starting on Sunday. There's a couple of moves happening. So we've got Rare Winter and Bread is Cool from tier 3. They're going up to tier 2. I think Bread is Cool won tier 3 European title, and Rare Winter definitely was in there for contention to be second. I think he had a bit of bad luck, but definitely had the pace. So those two both go up, and coming down is Hirsch, who's our ex-tier 1 champion from F121 and season 2. So definitely expect to see him up there in tier 3. And Mr. Fraud FPRL Locker has somehow got down to tier 3. Don't know how he's done that. Must have paid someone in the league management, which wasn't me or you.
Well, I'm not revealing any more information. But no, keep an eye out. Now, tier 3 is going to be fun. Obviously, you got yourself. Tijim has been getting some consistency in. I might as well curse everyone while I'm here. Lockwood can put up a good race. Fish Sticks, we know, is resilient. Mondo, I believe Mondo actually won a race. I think actually won around Portimao, if I'm correct. Yeah, no, tier 3 is going to be fun, and Hush as well. Going to be a wild card. Tier 2, Rare Winter, Bread is Cool, the two brothers in the league. Fortunately, not sharing the same car, but still, brotherly love is going to be present. Nigel's asked for the Ali McCoist impersonation on lap 1, following on from France. Yep. Well, Tishim's in the chat saying my season is over already. Cruisers trust me. Yeah, I've trusted around half of the admin team, Tijim, so you're not alone. All right.
To be fair, TJ's due some bad luck.
Well, we'll see.
So much bloody luck, that bloke. Trust me.
The first 3 races of our Continental Series, they are not favourites, so I'll leave it at that. They're gonna be very, very grueling races.
They are. What was it? Abu Dhabi, Singapore, and Japan.
Qatar.
Qatar. There you go.
Abu Dhabi. We begin on Sunday. We move to Singapore. Qatar, and Suzuka, you'll be happy to know, is our sprint race. So that's going to be fun. Sprint race around Suzuka. A shame it isn't... Oh well. Oh, I don't know if Joe will throw a change of strategy, but that might actually be intentional. Drobo is starting on softs. Everyone else is on hards except Collateral As and FIFAs, who's on mediums. I'm not going to say anything, but in all honesty, I think that's intentional from the Ferrari.
I think it is as well, but one thing that Drobo has to do for a whole race, keep it on the track. So hopefully he can do that today. He starts from pole position, so what a better way to pull away from this pack and they're on hard tyres. So really he should get such a big lead so quickly. And the thing is you can definitely take these tyres enough laps to do soft medium. If you're good on the tyres, you can definitely do soft medium around here. I really am a bit surprised to see a lot of people on hards. Whether or not that's going to suggest anything that's going to happen in terms of weather later on, I don't know. But to see so many drivers on hards at the start of this race is quite a surprise, to have to be said. I would expect to really see people on softs and mediums. But yeah, Drobel should definitely really be pulling out around a 10-second lead at least in this first stint.
That we'll need to see what happens. Silverside Boy in the chat is saying call an ambulance, but not for Tijim. It's for you if you've cursed him, Cruiser. That's not ideal, and your mic's crackling. Hold on, let me... Right, I've done the Xbox thing. Crossery is wondering how Locker has managed to take a step down to Tier 3. Well, do you know what, Crossery, while you're here, kudos, mate. I don't know where you found your pace in Tier 2, but I respect it. And I'm hoping for the partnership between me and you in Season 8. But we have 5 lights around Zandvoort, and we bid farewell to our European season as we get underway for the final time around Zandvoort. Drobo, as expected, gets the start he wants, and away he goes to presumably run off and run off into the sunset. But
and well, now we're down to 11 already, and safety car. No, virtual safety car. Could well be a full safety car, and it is a full safety car.
Yeah, it's a good job the Haas mechanics fixed Reese's car. And you know something? I have actually trust Nigel there.
You have. I can't wait for his comments in the chat.
Oh my god! Look, as I say, it was gonna happen, and when I strike, I strike. Nigel, you're welcome. You'd know to get some shot eye for the qualifying later on. There you go. Yorkie said Nigel is going to be fuming. Yep. 4 race ban for the Cruiser. I'll see you all in F124. Yorkie's also chipped in saying no straw for Nigel Pedal. Well, I suppose that is true. He's not stolen any points. And the tactic that Drobel had to run away at the front not quite went to plan here. Because it is early safety car, and Drive thought about it. Robin's in the pits already, so this, if he gets stopped in time, this is looking like a 2-stop race for the Aston Martin driver. Going to go medium, or medium.
Yeah.
Codemasters, you can't. I mean, come on, you can't even map the pit lane correctly. What hope have you got?
I'm really not sure about that strategy for Robin. You're starting on the hard tyre, and after one lap you come in and pit. As if that's a bit odd. And I guess he can go medium now, and obviously everyone else has got stop. So that might be his thinking. Because he's definitely not going to get to the end on those medium tyres. What's that? I'd still find a way to get no punch from this stuff.
Oh, Yorkie. I mean, I can't really say much. I put it on lap 5 of my race for fresh mediums, and it did work up until there was a pile up. But it worked. Fresh tyres on this track are, you definitely know about it. But obviously, Robin not really favouring the hards, so 2 stints in mediums might be the plan. Pit around lap 20, the same as everyone else in the hards, but he's got to try and make some moves as quick as he can and get his way up through the pack. FIFA's got caught up in that as well. That might have potentially been front wing damage after Raza and Nigel came together. Knox survived that, but he's in 9th. So Drobel leading on the softs, everyone else is on hards. Collateral Ads, I'd say, is the biggest winner in that start. As we'll look at the positions graphic, and joint biggest winner outside of Ads. Ads in the McLaren, we'll say that. As up 4 places, Robin obviously down 5 because of that pit stop, but he was up in 4th. He did get the jump in Henkes. Collateral, as I say, up 2, so was Phenom and FIFA's, mostly aided through Nigel Piddles and Raza Gamer's misfortunes. Cross Race chipped in the chat. I don't condone betting, but he says over under is 6.5 for finishers. Any takers? And Yorkie's chipped in with evens. Well, as long as you know the odds in that, Yorkie, well, sure. I don't really bet. Suppose on the topic, when the fun stops, stop. Have that for your Paddy Power ad.
Well, the fun definitely hasn't stopped for these 2 in the chat, so I think they're going to carry on.
Right, they're down the rabbit hole. Good luck.
Yeah, that's literally it. Right, Drobel. Yeah, not what he would have wanted, really. He would have wanted to just get away, and even though he's behind the safety car, obviously there's going to be tyre wear on those softs now. And every lap that goes by, those hard tyres are going to start performing better. So really, that advantage he could have potentially gained has just been cut, probably. But it means that he can come in later for some mediums now, which might put him in good stead as we now get ready to restart again. Rebel going to slow the pack all up. And when will he go is the question. Will he go at the end of the corner? Will he go on the banked corner? Will he even go on the main straight? He's really slowing them up here, down to about 40 miles an hour.
Now, I tell you something, Monkey Boy Kurt. At first I thought Drobel was going to start and put the throttle down at the finish line, but I tell you right now, what he's done has been absolutely sensational. It really is. He's now dropped AMS Drive by 0.7 of a second, and away he goes to start lap 4. And yes, Nigel Piddle, I forgot about your redemption for the Ali McCoist impression. I apologise, because this is nowhere near Ali McCoist. Ali McCrap, more like. But there was Junivane down inside of Collateral Ads. Gives a little weave of bye. I think he's saying bye bye there to Collateral Ads. A little flick of the tail out of turn 3, and away he goes up to 5th. Collateral Ads now fighting with Phenom, and Ads down the inside at turn 8. Mate, this work. He's forced Phenom a little bit deeper than he would have wanted to, but apart from a broken marker board, they all emerge unscathed as Phenom looking to hold on against Nox Desire, and indeed he does. Brilliant racing that, it really is.
Oh, absolutely lovely impression there. Cross carry goes, leave Ali alone, could be worse, could be Martin Tyler. Well, it could be worse than that, it could be Sam Matterface. That's even worse. He's shocking.
No, Steve McManaman.
Oh, God.
Somehow I've done the impossible, ladies and gentlemen. I have one-upped Sam Matterface with Steve McManaman. Nothing worse than Robbie Savage, says Cross today. Well, I don't think BT are hiring us anytime soon. Do you think F1's on Sky Sports? Jump down towards Junivane, made that move in Collateral Ads, now 6/10 behind Henkes. And obviously with 11 cars running, everyone's starting to spread out and just manage the race from here on out, as Drobel, as to no one's surprise, is running away on those softs. He's up by 2 seconds on AMS Drive. We'll get the tyre graphic up there. And I completely forgot as well, Robin redeemed as a drink redemption before the race began. We completely blanked it. I apologise, Robin. So, chin chin.
Oh, I never blanked them. I'm even drinking when there's not any redemptions.
Well, I mean, you're not. Well, there you go. Um, for any future redemptions of coal problems from Monkey Boy Kurt, he's already paid off the next like 6, so you're welcome. No, Robin, muchas gracias, my friend. And away he goes, looking to challenge. Adds in towards turn 1. He's on 30% battery though, as Robin. Adds, we know he can manage his batteries on 65. And his DRS is enabled. AMS Drive and Reese are keeping that gap at around half a second. Henkes has just missed out on DRS range for against the Haas. And I tell you right now, this is all looking up for Williams, because as it stands, if my numbers are correct, it'll be 12 points for Drive, 8 points for Henkes, and only 10 points for Reese. So Williams will have a 15-point advantage in the Constructors' Championship. They will take the European crown tonight. And as well, as I mentioned earlier, our Continental Series is another mini-series in Season 7, but the overall championship is still being contested as we go along. So any points AMS Drive can take out of Reese's championship lead tonight is going to be important for the grand scheme of things. So this is going to be, I say it's going to be a little bit of war between Drive and Reese, but both of them are facing forwards here. Drive is not looking backwards because he is hunting down that Ferrari. He's only 1.3 seconds clear, and Drobel's tyres already, after 6 laps of racing, really only 4 laps of racing, are starting to go off. As it was Junuvane down the inside of Henkes, we just missed it, but Junuvane now up into 4th. Always goes well when things are looking up for the Red Bull. And collateral adds on those mediums. Robin on the fresh hour mediums as adds goes a little bit deep here on the curb, bogs down, and this is going to be a very entertaining train here from Junuvane down to Robin. 5 cars, 5 different teams, all covered within the boundaries of a second and a half.
Yeah, a great little battle here. This is for sure. Fourth down to 8, and I'm pretty sure we're going to see some overtaking soon. As I think Clatterides might have been a bit close there to have a go, but he got a little bit of oversteer, and that's going to ruin his chances of going down into the slow right hand, which then cuts back to the left. But yeah, like you say, five constructors all together, and then even behind you've got Nox Desire and Phenom fighting. But yeah, as we go back to the front, Drobel, I'm very surprised that his tyres have already gone off. As then Reese makes the move on AMS Drive and goes up into second place. So maybe Reese now can make the charge on Drobel and take the lead of this Grand Prix. But I reiterate once again, yeah, Drobel already struggling. Bit of surprise with that one.
Adds and Collateral fighting around turn 3, and the McLaren gets ahead of the AlphaTauri. We just saw Reese get ahead of AMS Drive a little bit further ahead as we were watching Adds and Collateral Adds, the quote-unquote namesakes of the league, but the McLaren getting ahead up to 6th place. But did use a tiny bit of that battery, don't know really problem though. But now Drobel is really starting to suffer. He was on 30% battery, Reese is on 80, Drive is on 75. So Drobel did burn a lot of that battery just to build that gap early on. And I think Drobel's pit stop window is going to be arriving very, very soon, as Robin making the move in Collateral Adds into the stadium. He's up now into 7th place. Collateral Adds down 2 places in this lap. But he didn't make it easy against Adds, and he didn't make it too difficult for Robin, to be fair. But now down the main straight we go. Reese and AMS Drive are going to make it 3-way. Drobel just about. AMS Drive keeps out of the wall, and now both of them get ahead of Drobel. Reese takes the lead, Drive still looking up the inside in towards turn 2, but he backs off, knowing Wiser there, and that's going to invite Drobel down the inside at the carousel of turn 3. They're rubbing side pods, they're rubbing wheels, and I'm pretty sure we're going to end up in a drag race. Reese is actually going to box in Drobel. This is going to get very messy here, very quickly up at the front. Drobel around the outside now at turn 6. Reese is holding on. Drobel on the tyres that are starting to suffer. He's on the softs, and Reese finally has that move secure, and he's made it down the inside there. AMS Drive, Drobel got a bit twitchy. He can't afford to fight too much though, and Drobel is going to start to back up Drive unless he gets the Drive out of the corner. 20% battery, he's fighting us to the death as Drobel. He knows his pit stop window is on the horizon. He's not letting Drive go easy, and he's forced him into the gravel. Drive will not be happy with that one.
No, that was a little bit naughty, I think, from Drobel. It was good fighting throughout the rest of the whole lap, but think he pushed him a little bit wide there, tried to outbreak the Williams into the corner, and I think he just went a bit too far. And AMS Drive will not be liking that. As we look now behind it, is Ginny Vane. He's going to get. Oh, it's 3 wide again. It adds Ginny Vane and Henkers, but Henkers stays in 4th position. Ads goes up into 5th, and Ginny Vane loses 2 places. And that's the problem when you have no DRS and everyone else behind you has. Is you just get swamped like that, and Ginny Vane ends up losing 2 places in the space of 1 straight. But now here goes Ads. He's really on the charge now, trying to get past Henkers as we go up the hill. Is he going to pull out to the right-hand side down the downhill right-hand? No, he's not. But he's definitely looking very quick at the moment, and we know what kind of speed that he can have on a good day. Ads, he's already up 7 places on the hard tyres, and he looks to be making up even more. Potentially, if he can get past Henkers, could soon be with this front 3. Who's to say he couldn't even go on and win this race at the moment?
Well, who needs practice? Who needs qualifying, you know? But Ads up in 5th, Henkes 1.7 behind his teammate AMS Drive, and fair play to Drobley, he's held on to the back of Reese in this lap, and that might just be all he needs, is just to stay in DRS range of the Haas, help him tow along, extend that stint in his tyres for just a few more laps. As we look at the top 3, and I think Henkes is looking in his right hand side mirrors, and is now looking in front of him to see the McLaren up in 4th. Ads from 12th on the grid is now up into 4th place, 2 seconds though behind Drive, but as the top 3 start to bunch up, expect him to catch up, a bit like how he's went through the pack, ASAP.
Yeah, it's definitely looking good now for Az. Now he can just really, I mean, he's got the pace to just pull away from the pack behind him that he's been fighting for the last few laps. And he's only 1.9 seconds now off 3rd place. And if we look at the gap between him and Melina, at 2.6 seconds, considering he started at the back, he's definitely probably the fastest man out there at the moment. And I don't think it will be that long, even with a DRS advantage for the 3 in front, until he's with them. His AMS Drive is now going to fight with Drobel, most likely down towards turn 1. He's slightly closer to Drobel than Drobel is to Reese. It's a good run out of that last corner, but I think the DRS will benefit Drobel as well at the moment. I don't think he's going to allow AMS Drive to get near on this particular occasion. He will survive once again, and this has really helped Drobel actually get in this DRS train now, because obviously his tyres are going to be more worn than ever now, 12 laps on the softs, but obviously with the DRS now, it's helping him stay with this front 2.
That it is, just helps him extend his stint, and maybe look to pit around lap 14 to go on a set of mediums. We will be pushing it to the end, but I think it's going to be a soft medium approach for Drobel at this stage, unless anything else happens, which, to be fair, anything had happened in this race. Junivane still in 6th, got a little bit on the curb there. Robin's ERS light is flashing. Junivane is on 35%. Henkes is just going to consolidate 5th for the moment on 25% battery, using it because he got a really poor run there out of turn 9, and Ads is almost, actually now he has broken out of DRS range of Henkes. We'll look at the intervals. Yep, 1.1. Ads has broke DRS to Henkes in the space of 2 laps, unless he gets an almighty run out of the penultimate corner, and he hasn't. Ads is now in clear air, and he's now clear of any threats behind him. He's now 1.5 behind MS Drive, and Drobel was actually looking to mount a challenge on recent towards turn 1. He's not going to do it, he backs out, and Junivane going to get the move done again, and Henkes going to go around the outside, try and get the slingshot out of turn 1, but Junivane has the tighter inside line and gets the move up back into 5th place. And as the more these 3 and soon to be 4 start to fight, as Collateral Ads is now caught up to the back of Robin, it just means now that Ads is in his own little private space on track, and I think that privacy is he's gonna definitely look to intrude here into this top 3.
Yeah, I was a little bit surprised that Drobel didn't have a go at Reese there. Maybe he just wants to keep the DRS. Maybe he thinks that's better for his tyres rather than trying to fight Reese for that 1st place. But he definitely had the pace on that straight to take the lead. He's very good into this couple of corners here, is Drobel. You see it, especially from the overhead shot, that he gains so much time as he gets a little kick of oversteer there. As we now come up to lap 14, and surely soon, it will only depend on how long Drobel can take those tyres, but he should be into the box very soon. He's a lot closer this time around. Is he going to go this time for the move. And once again, he's not going for the move. He's letting Reese stay ahead, which is a very interesting tactic here. And I think he's doing it to benefit his tyres.
So as well, Reese just parked it in the middle of the track, so Reese knows to defend, but I don't think he's just defending as aggressive as he has to be fair. Drobel's just lifting off the throttle, Drive's just sitting there waiting to pounce later on, because he is actually, I say he is on the freshest battery. Reese is on 90%, Ads still giving chases on 25, Junivane 2.3 behind Ads, and you got that little quartet now. Junivane, Henkes, Robin, Collateral Lads, Knox Desire's own little private space, with Phenom fighting for 9th and 10th. As Fifas has went in the pits again, potentially front wing damage for the Mercedes, or it was a scheduled pit stop. Regardless, he's out on a set of fresh mediums, so he'll be hoping for something to save his race, because he's 35 seconds down on a points position. And yep, as you were for another lap, as actually now Ads is as going to get DRS, he is. No, there you go. Now we've got dual quartets in the pack. Actually, no, he hasn't got DRS. He was definitely under a second last I saw. As again, Drobel's just pushing Reese around turn 1. Drive's had enough of it. He wants to get the launch out of turn 1, but Drobel is just enough in hand. Now the grip from those hards are going to be trumping the grip on the softs at this stage. Lap 15, approaching the halfway stage of the race. We've lost 2 drivers. Razadamer and Nigel Piddle colliding on lap 1, an early safety car, and it's kind of put a spanner in the works here for Drobel, but he's still holding his own, continuing on, and Ads is definitely going to get DRS this lap. He's 7 tenths behind Drive, and like it should have been, we're going to have dual quartets, 1st to 4th, 5th to 8th, and a little duel down at the back of the field. Of course, we've got fighting everywhere. Who would have thought?
I think Drole's going to want to come in soon, because we know how powerful the undercut can be. And Drobel now is going to get 16 laps if he goes another lap, so that's 20 for the medium. So if he can do 16 laps on the softs, he can definitely do 20 on the medium. I'd expect to see him in any lap now, and I think that lap's going to be now. It is.
Yep.
Now, like we said, the undercut here is so powerful, so now he's going to want to really push now for about the next sort of 5 laps. So I can expect the guys on the hard probably be coming in around sort of lap 20, lap 21, give themselves around 15 laps on the mediums to finish off with.
Just a little side note, watching the race, Drobel is on mediums and he's going to exit the pits in, I say, lovely clear air. Critical now for the Ferrari to get the jump on the cars he was fighting. We do not condone stress eating, Nigel. I said it is authored a quote, Rage McDonald's, after what happened on the opening lap. And of course, Fish Sticks goes in chat with the salt emojis. How poetic. Yeah, again, I don't condone stress eating, Nigel, but I suppose you've been a steward this long, so you do you. Anyway, Reese, Drive, Ads, now the 1, 2, 3, Drobel 8 seconds behind Phenom, and expect that gap to close hand over fist in the next lap or two. Drobel on the fresh mediums, Fifas is on fresh-ish mediums, 2 laps old, but he's 23 seconds behind the Ferrari. As Reese, Drive, they continue for another lap, and so does Ads. So obviously the pit stop window, it is realistically, it's far too soon for the hards. They can go another 5-6 laps easily. But you see there, Drobel as well. We're going to focus on him because this lap, it could be a fastest lap. And a reminder that that he is catching Knox and Phenom, but by how much? It's 7.5 seconds at the start of lap 17. And we'll give these two a little bit of screen time here. Knox and Phenom, they've been having a tough duel here for 9th and 10th. But Knox is holding on. He's 4 seconds behind Collateral Lads, hoping this race will fall to him sooner or later. So will Phenom. Just going through turn 6, keeping it to themselves. We gave a spotlight to the top 3, spotlight to the mid-pack. Might as well give 8th and 9th net, or say 8th and 9th, and net 8th and 9th place. A bit of stream time. Let's see what they can do. Knox Desire going through turn 9. Phenom will get the DRS on 35% battery, actually matching Knox Desire's ERS levels, but Phenom will have the DRS in towards the stadium. Such a difficult place to overtake though, so Phenom will be fancying his chances at turn 1 as we look towards the timing screens. AMS Drive mounting the challenge on Reese, so we'll have a look at the front. I think Drive's going to go for it. No, he's not, he's backed out of it. He's thought wiser, but Robin is going for it against Henkes. No battery, but for 100% commitment here from Robin in towards turn 1. Henkes around the outside, just about forces Robin too tight into the corner as Collateralats is bailed out of that fight and is into the pits, looking for the undercut, and Drobel has gained a second and a half on Nox and Phenom in that last lap. That gap now 5.8, and our leader graphic, that's 16 and a half seconds. Well, say it was 16 and a half seconds. It's now 3/10 shorter in one corner. It's just the difference fresh tyres have around here, and Reese is still charging his battery. He's going to save that for a late charge to the end. Drives on 65, Ads is on 40. He has recharged a bit of his battery, but Reese is still on 19. Oh, say tell lie, he's on 100%. A bit poetic actually from Reese. 100%. That's what he's given this season so far, let alone what he's got in store.
Well, Collateral Ads pit in there. Could this group of Genevieve, Henkes and Robin is potentially, Robin's on the mediums. Is he going to come in? No, but there goes Henkes. Henkes is into the pits on hards already, so he's going to take the medium 17. That's what he can do. As we see Phenom going through on Nox Desire at the inside of turn 1. Nox Desire's going to try to hold it around the outside. A good battle that these two have been having all race. And they're side by side now through turn 3. Oh, there's a bit of contact. And Phenom does well to hold it there. And he might even attack now going up the hill, but I think it would be a little bit silly if he was to try and move up here. Maybe a bit patient and wait for the DRS zone. But Collateral Ads. And look at that, Collateral Ads has jumped Henkes. So there,
jumped him.
Proves that the undercut works. But obviously Henkes now on the softer tyres, so should probably be fighting back very soon at Collateral Ads. Will we now see Robin and Ginny Lane come in? We'll go back to that gap as well between the leader and Drobel. 14 seconds is now the gap. So this undercut is working amazingly for Drobel. Will these two come into the box now? They're still not going to pit. And this is exactly what Drobel wants. He wants Reese and AMS Drive to fight for this lead. And that's what they're doing here. They're slowing each other down, going through these corners side by side. That's exactly what Drobel wants to happen.
That it does, but what will the damage be that Reese and Drive have to make up? Because Drobel is now up in 7th because Nox Desire is going to do the undercut on Phenom. It's now 13 and a half seconds. If my numbers are correct, which they probably aren't, it's around a 21 second pit loss here. So, as it stands, Drobel will have a 7.5 second lead if Reese and Drive pit this lap. But 16 laps on mediums, it is possible. Robin has made his pit stop up in 5th, but I highly doubt he'll get his tyres to the end because they are 18 lap old mediums themselves. Still committing to that 2-stop is Robin, but he's got to keep an eye out as well because Collateral Ads and Henkes, they've had a neutral truce right now and are just starting to run their own race, but no surprise Drobel is pulling that gap still to Collateral Ads, but he's getting bogged down. Well, I'll say that. Drobel was getting bogged down by Phenom. He's now ahead of him up to 6th. He's now 6 seconds behind Robin, who's going to make that pit stop again, and Drive's heard enough to convince himself now is the time to pit. So what will the damage be when he leaves the pits? Because I'd say he's got to get ahead of Collateral Ads to avoid any traffic, and they're Phenom in the pits as well. So there's the Williams team servicing their main man. Away he goes, and he's going to get out ahead of Collateral Ads, which is vital for his race. And he's going to be out in 6th. And I make that 5.5 seconds behind Drobel leaving the pits. Away he goes, and actually no, it's 6 seconds, 6.5 seconds. So say near the next 7.5 second lead to Drobel. I think one more lap, that might have been the case.
Yeah, and with AMS Drive pitting now, are we going to see Reese and Ads pit? I would think so, unless one of them's trying to go for a hard soft strategy. But at this stage, I don't know if that will pay off. Reese now coming towards the last couple of corners of lap 21. Drobel's at the session.
Oh, that's got interesting. Got to get him back ASAP. But Reese and Ads, surely it's going to be a pit stop here for the pair of them because of what Drive has done. And they still stay out. They're committing to the cause. And actually, it's starting to get a little bit more cloudy around Zandvoort. Surely rain's not on the way. Surely not, right? If it is, that's all we need. As yellow flag. Oh, FIFA's is gone. FIFA's is spun. And actually, that track there is looking a little bit more greasy in a way. Surely not.
It is looking very dark all of a sudden, and maybe these two are trying to hold out until there's maybe potentially, I would say potentially, a bit of rain. And if they are, they could pull off the masterstroke here. Julie Vane's obviously still up there, and so is Robin on 20-lap-old mediums as well. So potentially, is there something coming that we don't know about at the moment? Robin's going to have to be very careful on those tyres now, as obviously 20 laps gone. Remember, he came in on lap 1 and changed his tyres from hard to medium, which I said was a bit of a shock, but it means if he can go to softs, he can go to another set of mediums, or if the weather stays, or if the skies stays like it is, it could even be intermediates.
Well, certainly a lot darker. Hoping it's not doom and gloom for Drobel. Hopefully he's not back in the lobby, because that's now an 8-second gap he has behind. The pair fighting for a net third, and AMS Drive is caught right up to the back of Drobel. And he's draining that battery. He's going to look for the move. These two can't afford to fight, but he sends it down the inside of Drobel's AI. And Drobel literally powerless to stop that. And Drive is now unleashed to hunt down Reese and Ads and eat away at that gap. That is currently 16 seconds. But as Reese and Ads continues to fight, is there another surprise in store? And that is why Drive he's got to go for it now. He's got no other option. And Drobel is back, but he's on 5-lap fresher tyres. His FIFA's is gone again, and that's that's the gift that recent ads would have been hoping for. Might as well, honestly, no, you might as well just left that underneath the Christmas tree.
Well, that's also the gift Ginny Vane and Robin wanted as well, and Ginny Vane's made it work against his rivals that were early in the race of Henkers and Collateral Ads, because it means he can come in and get up. Does he got a set of softs? I mean, it's 13 laps.
There's something happening. Something is happening in this race.
Yeah,
he's got bogged down. It's Inters.
They're all coming in. Amos drives in.
Oh, Robbins went mediums. He doesn't trust it. He does not trust the radar. What's Drive gonna do? Drives went on dry tires as well. Drobel's on Inters. I think Henkes has went opposite. Henkes is on Inters. But Collateral Ads has stayed out. Oh my goodness.
Well.
Shuffle the
pack. That
pack.
was me saying softs. Well, no softs here. It's Inters or dries, and surely if this is the case, it's either going to be the rain's going to come before or after the safety car comes in, and then it's down to the fact of how much time can you pull if it's still dry, which it might be raining by then. So it's going to be interesting.
But regardless, someone here's played a masterstroke, but we don't know who. It's either going to be Reese and Ads, who are going to run off at the front. It's going to be Collateral Ads, who's now going to potentially have a barrier of 3 cars. Robin's on mediums, but drives down in 8th, and he's got a lot of traffic ahead of him to try and navigate. But if you're Reese and Ads, you're begging right now. You're doing some form of voodoo, black magic, rain dance, whatever you want to do. Bring out the 4-leaf clover. Nope, I saw it. The rain has arrived. But how long will it take for it to set? Because I think, well, I'll say as it stands now, AMS Drive has made a catastrophic error. This might have spelled doom for his race. But Phenom is pitting. He's not taking any more. He's not going to lose any more time. He'll be out in 10th. Drive is still going for it. So I think right now the hope is it doesn't set too badly on track.
Well, yeah, that will be the hope, but then it's a case of how much time can you gain before it actually becomes into weather. And with him being down in 7th, he's got to try and get past a lot of people. So think if I was AMS driving, would I pick for Inters? I mean, I'm only going to lose 3 positions. Well, actually, no, I might go back to the back of the pack by the time FIFA's comes around for another lap. It's going to be tight. Collateral has got more to lose because he's in 3rd place at the moment. So I can't see him coming in, even though he's on 7-lap-old tyres and they're hard tyres as well. I can't see him coming in unless it starts to really come down in the next half the lap. Because are we going to be going this lap? FIFA's is coming into turn 4, going up the hill now towards the end of sector 1. I do think just about maybe the safety car will be in this lap. It's going to be a late call, but I think it's going to be in.
No, I don't think it is. I think FIFA's is just in a run out of time to catch up. We'll have one more lap under a safety car, but that rain, it isn't really setting yet. It's as light as you can get. But right now, I think it's 50-50. I call back to Belgium a few seasons ago, because their conditions were literally half and half. It was half inter, half dry. So right now, I don't know. Oh no, the rain. Oh, it's starting to set now. Matt Lads has missed his window. I think all of them have missed their window. Yeah, the rain's starting to set on track. The inters, I think now, were the right call.
Well, here comes FIFA's, and why not get on a fresh set? You're at the back, you're not going to lose any positions. Just come in and put a fresh set on. Yeah, okay, you've only done 2 laps on them, but a fresh set is better than 2 laps. That's exactly what I would have done at the back of the grid. Come in for a fresh set once I know that I can catch up to the safety car before it comes in, which he definitely will on this occasion. And yeah, it is starting to get really, really wet now. I think we'll also see when they start to really speed away if we start seeing spray, and I think we're just starting to see that now.
There it is.
There it is.
Right, well, who's your money on then? Because right now, it's looking like, unless Jobel and Henkes can carve their way through that mid-pack, it's going to be potentially a 3-horse race here between Rees, Ads and Junivane. And as well, because of the rain, the DRS will be disabled for the remainder of the race. Safety car is an end of a lap. DRS will not be a factor now, so Ads has got to do it the old-fashioned way and somehow get Rees to drain his battery enough to make the overtake, or just be brave, foolish, or a little bit foolhardy, to be honest, and get it done. I'll say rainstorm or flood, you know. But right now it is about as trickly as you can get. But Rees gonna back him up, and I'd probably give it until probably the start-finish line before he gets the foot down. You don't want to put the throttle down around the banking because you'll just slide, drift and go anywhere but straight as we exit the banking. And for 10 more laps at Zandvoort, indeed Rees, he is underway. We are off once more as the rain starts to fall at Zandvoort. Who's going to emerge on top? Rees looking for his 4th victory of the season, Ads chasing down his 2nd victory of the season. And there's one car already for Drobel. He's got ahead of actually 2 of them. He's got ahead of Drive. FIFA's is making the move on the freshest inters. Ads is still behind Rees. Junivane's got to move down his yellow flag in sector 1. Phenom has dropped it after turn 2, and Drobel is going to go for it against Robin. He's on the dry, so is Collateral Lads. Drobel knows what he's got to do, and he's not got any time to waste. Around he goes, and you just see how much more grip he's got. And yeah, Collateral Lads was probably driving a Formula 4 car, to be honest. Not got a hope on these dry tyres. It's now enters all the way, and Drobel going to give it all he's got now for the next 10 laps. He's up to 4th, Junivane in 3rd, and it's now the top 2 as you were between Ads and Rees.
Well, yeah, surely the dry tyre runners have got to come in this lap. You know, they're just dropping back, and Collateral Ads now he's battling with literally everyone. He's getting swamped now by literally everyone who's going past. And the office FIFA's. He just loses the back end, but just keeps it together. And there goes him as that Collateral Ads into the box. But weirdly, Robin and AMS Drive stay out. yeah, but I don't know why they're not going to come in, because they're just going to get taken over now by Henkers, who now comes alongside his teammate, and surely Amos Stroh's got to let his teammate go here. He's definitely on the wrong tyre. If you go back to the front though, it's Ads and Reese who are literally fighting for this win, and with 8 laps to go at the moment, only a 10 between them. And what's what Drobel and Jimmy Vane want? Just for these two to try and fight a little bit so they can potentially catch up a bit more.
That's what they're hoping, but Ginuvane and Drobel's hoping to get the move done as quick as he can. It's 2.5 seconds between Ginuvane and Ads. Pardon me, Henkes in 5th, FIFA's is up in 6th, he's recovered well, and it shows though, right tyres at the right time mean all the difference for the Mercedes driver. He was down at the back quite a lot throughout this race, but he's now up in 6th, looking to salvage something from the race. As through the banking goes Reese and Ads, through the banking goes Ginuvane and Drobel. Drobel using that battery to try and get the move done, and Ginuvane, who in turn is using it to defend, but Drobel is in the slipstream. He's going to go to the inside line, and he's running, see there, he's running a reduced setup. He's got more straight line speed, and is up now back into the podium places. It was an unorthodox strategy that put him down the pack, but the correct tyres has now put him back on the podium.
Yeah, now he's got 2.5 seconds to Ads and Reese, and it will be interesting to see. Oh, is he yellow flag?
Driving Phenom.
Is it going to be, oh, it's a 5-second penalty for drive, and is it going to be a safety car? No, it's not. So I think probably Drive was hoping that that would have been a safety car. He could get in and get on some fresh inters, but it's not the case. He's got some damaged front wing as well, and yeah, can't think of anything worse than dry tyres and damaged front wing in wet conditions.
Full wet conditions maybe? I think that's the only thing that would probably one up it, as AMS Drive, he was at one stage leading the race, he's now at the back of the pack. And I think after that 5-second penalty, it will be game over for the Williams driver unless anything happens in the next 7 laps. But all that is happening is that Reese is just starting to stretch his lead and build that gap to Ads, who is using that battery to try and get the move done, but no DRS is going to make overtaking around here so much more difficult. And Reese has experience of these conditions before, winning in Imola in similar fashion against Object Fungus, who just couldn't get the overtake done when it mattered. But if you're Ads, you've not got much time to waste, but you can't afford to waste that battery either, despite the fact Reese is matching the ERS levels, and Drobel 2.6 stagnating. You can just about see the leaders there from the Ferrari's point of view. It's so tantalising for Ads, and Drive has compounded it. He's compounded the misery.
Well, hold on, Drive's off. Yeah, Drive's off.
It's a virtual safety car. As I say though, I think that unless that goes to a full safety car though, I think that's game over for Drive. And actually, you know what?
Yeah, that's game.
Game over.
Oh, yeah, but that's right, full safety car.
Oh, Drive.
Oh, come on, Drive. Come on. For God's sake.
Well, I mean, he got what he wanted? Question mark.
Well, I mean, surely everyone comes in for a fresh set of inters.
Do you? Because if you're flat or large, you don't.
Well, yes, very well. I mean, he's not going to gain anything by staying out. So I think probably everyone's going to come in here, unless you've got something that you do. Maybe FIFA's will stay out, but the thing is, they're all got to keep to a delta because no one's caught, obviously, the safety car. So I think everyone will come in here. Obviously,
wait, Ads.
Okay.
What is he cooking?
Migrating host. Oh, Drive's left. Okay.
Don't worry, to be fair.
As TJ Ebbs says in the chat, no score.
Ads, who let bro cook? I'm sorry, I cannot back. I cannot back that. No, the rain is, and if this rain lightens off in the next 2 laps on the safety car, I don't know what's going to happen. Send a redemption. Keep it PG though, please. Because again, I call back to Austria. Crossity redeemed something to whisper a noise or to say a noise in someone's ear. What?
What?
Excuse me? No, apparently we're green light. Wait, what was... What?
Okay.
Apparently FIFA's has hit ads round.
Yeah, this might be...
This might be the migrating host.
Yeah. Well, we'll just see what happens. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure here.
Yeah. I don't know what to do. Well, apparently we're racing. Apparently we're not racing because ads has been done by the pair of them. I mean, you can't Crossry's asked for a restart. You can't restart a race this close to the end.
Nah, if the lobby's completely bugged, then...
If it comes to it, we just take the results before the safety car.
Yeah, we'll just do that. But, at the moment, Ginny Vane's on for a podium.
Yeah. But, well, apparently, I don't know what ads was cooking.
I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, I don't know. Regardless, though, from what we can see, Reese leads by 3 seconds to Drobel. Junivain's on for a podium, but
well, I know there's a lap where the safety car has to come in. I think it's like 2 laps from the end. It's not 5 laps from the end.
No, unless they changed that. I don't know. We got an update on Crossry's bet from earlier with Yorkie. Says no finishers, under 1, unlucky mate. Poor timing of lobby being messed up. Well, that's double disaster for Crossry. He's down a 5 on behalf of Yorkie, and the lobby's bugged.
Yeah. Yeah. Ads is definitely not getting. Well, probably actually. He might beat Phenom. He probably will beat Phenom, to be fair.
Well, if you want to take small positives from that, Crossry's actually said he's up a 5er, so... I mean, technically you're not wrong. Actually, to be fair, if Yorkie's PayPal'd him the 5er, yeah, Crossry is technically up a 5er on Yorkie's behalf. So... That, Right, Yorkie, you've been fleeced. I do apologise though, because that lap was spent talking about betting. The lobby is glitched.
Well,
so
yeah.
we don't really know what's going on.
The lobby being like this is kind of just took all of the excitement out of it, I guess. Well, Reese looks like he's going to win.
Softs. I still don't know why ads done what
No, Robin looks like, Drobel looks like he's going to get second, and Ginny Vane looks like he's going to get third. So, no one's really changing for any position at the moment. It looks like FIFA's and Knock Desire is the closest battle, and even that's almost a second. So, looks like this is going to be a very easy last couple of laps for everyone. And yeah, I mean, I thought ads would be losing more time in these wet conditions, and Razor Gamer is left. Oh, he's out in the race anyway. Got to worry about that.
Oh, dear Knox. Oh, that's ruined that battle. Satalata Lads is catching up to ads, but that's not really a surprise. Oh, the rain has actually stopped. So this is what ads intended before he got absolutely screwed.
Yeah, it's too late though.
Dear. Yeah, it's far, far too late. But that's... Yeah, I hate to say it, ads, but I think you've been done in by Codemasters there. Not the first time. Because he's actually matching that gap to collateral ads. Oh, never mind. That's just eaten away by half a second. Yeah, we've got 2 laps left, and so this is how Crofty feels watching Max Verstappen bugger off by like 30 seconds. You don't know what to talk about, so you just sidetrack yourself and start yapping.
Yeah, in our case, about betting.
Well, ads, that's what you hope for. DRS is enabled and no one's in range. Good. Well, I suppose. Yeah, you just babble around, yap your dob, and take a drink. Why not? Chin chin. Lap and a half left. Reese looking to make it 4 victories this season. Drobel started on pole, and yep, 2.2 behind Reese. It's present. Junuvane's actually at his first podium of the season, actually, after what happened from Imola. He'd ended up in 3rd, but post-race penalties said otherwise. And as we go to start the final lap, Drobel's actually catching Reese, to be fair. It's just going to run out of time, as Phenom is going to pit for a fastest lap, but in turn has been lapped, so he won't set the lap in time. It just about sums up the race. It just about sums up everything for the Alpine team tonight, who are still going to end up with a point. But hey, small positives, small gains. What else are we saying in the Twitch chat? Shadows is saying Tier 1 is actually a resemblance of Max Verstappen because Reese wins all the races. Well, I mean, he's won 4 after tonight because he's going to go around the final few corners, and he had his coronation in Baku. And it seems like his first order of business as King of Europe is to say that he gets everything his way. Didn't quite have it all his own way as the track starts to dry up, and the rain that played the part in this race. Reese has played his part of somewhat of an anti-hero, but around the final corner he goes, and the anti-hero to Drobel and drive. It's going to be Reese through the banking and cash out with another haul of 25 points. So cash out with his 4th win of the season. And it's the Haas once again of Reese to take the top spot, this time around Zandvoort. Drobel will take 2nd. Junuvane for the first time this season gets on the podium. Henches will take 4th. Fifas, that's the reason why you keep going to the end. He takes 5th place. Noctazar takes 6th. Ads, got messed up by the game, will take 7th. Robin will take 8th, just being out Clatter Lads. Phenom a lap down. And that's all she wrote. Toadmasters played their part, and Reese has played his part, picking up another win, and has extended his championship lead as we end our tour of Europe and go on another trip around the continents. As we start Abu Dhabi on Sunday, Reese will head there with a near unassailable gap as it stands, as we see the podium celebrations and another winner's trophy for Reese. Picks up, as I say, their 4th win of the campaign. Drobel takes their first podium of the season. Junuvane their first podium of the season. And nothing really more to report. We lost 3 drivers in the race. Raza and Nigel on lap 1. AMS Drive throwing in the towel after a misjudgment in strategy. Phenom a lap down. And that's the field.
Yeah, no, yeah, you say Code Moss played their part. AMS Drive played his part as well at the end of that. I could see what he was trying to do, but yeah, unfortunately, it made a safety car come out because it put his car smack bang in the middle of the start-finish straight. So, yeah, if it wasn't for that, we might have had a very interesting end to the race between Reese and Ads, but as it stands though, Reese obviously takes the win, even more of a lead in the championship. We all go back to 0 technically for the Continental, but obviously that overall championship is still going, and he now has a very good points lead in that. If he can race like he did in Europe in the Continental side of things, then he's going to win this championship by absolute miles.
Can't argue, can't fault that. As we leave the lobby and then get ready for our post-race interview. So far we have 2 of the 3 drivers. I don't know where the showroom is. There it is. It's a compendium at 74. Oh yeah, we were at we were like over 100 at the end of season 6. Let's see if we can get over 100 again for season 7. We'll get for the first time this season, get the Red Bull up on stream of Junuvain, their first podium of the season after just missing out in Imola. So we'll give them a little moment to see if they join up. I don't think they will though. But to the Ferrari now of Drobel and Monkey Boy Curtis, your call. Ferrari or Haas?
I'll take the Ferrari, please, mate. Right.
What you do?
So then, Drobel. It's been a while since you've been on this podium speaking to us, but you find yourself on it today in P2. Talk us through quality to start with. Obviously, a great lap from yourself. Pole position. Could you have got in the 107s? Was there any time you lost at all? Interesting to know. But obviously, pole position regardless. I mean, Zandvoort, is it a track that you normally like a lot? Is it somewhere you normally go well at?
Hold on, I'm can't hear real quick. Have you included your audio, Drobel? Have you included your audio before the interviews? Because stream can't hear you.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Alright.
Should be able to hear you now. I apologise for that.
Lovely.
But there we go. Drobel saying that they were satisfied in qualifying getting a 108, but apparently it was only a banker lap. They could have went faster, but no need to go faster. And I'll hand back over at Monkey Boy Kurt for the remainder of the chat.
Thank you. So obviously the race started on soft, so we were a bit surprised to see that. Was your sort of aim, and there was an early safety car, but to try and get as much of a lead as you possibly could from the guys that were on hards behind?
Well, I was gonna go for the hard, but then I saw Ed saying in the chat that we shouldn't pull away, so I thought I'd put on the softs and then go into the distance. But yeah, I choked it a little bit, so didn't quite pan out.
And just wanted to quickly know, because obviously we saw the rain that came later on in the race. Was that displayed on your graphic at the start of the race? Did you think about going for hards and maybe to hold out until that rain came potentially?
Well, yeah, that was what I was thinking at the start, but then I was hoping it probably wouldn't rain enough to go to Inters. But yeah, it clearly did at the end. So
yeah, it was unlucky that obviously you disconnected at one point, lost quite a bit of time to the guys that are around you, like Reese and AMS Drive at the time. Do you think if it wasn't for that, you could be stepping on the top step today?
well, my DC didn't really matter that much because the safety car came out right after. So I just pit with everyone else. I would maybe have been in front of Drive, but that was the only position I lost with it.
Mm-hmm.
But luckily, yeah.
Well, like I say, it's good to see you back on the podium in FPRL. Obviously, this is the last European race we've got this season. We move on to the continental side of things next week. I know you haven't raced every race, but are you planning to sort of maybe challenge for that championship at all? Because obviously we've got an overall championship going, but we're still technically going to start from zero as well to see who wins the continental side of things. That's something you'll be aiming to try and win?
It ain't really my strongest tricks. I'm not gonna lie on the second part of the season, but yeah, I'll see what I can do. Probably not aiming for anything, but
well, hopefully you can get some more finishes like you did today. But well done on your P2. Yeah. Good to see you on the podium, like I said again. And yeah, I'll hand over to Cruiser for our race winner.
Thank you, Monkey, and well done, Drobel, getting second place. And a bit like I'm getting into a bit more of a rhythm right now, getting to the Haas in Tier 1. Because Reese, welcome back, and don't think you've missed a beat this in our European adventures. So yeah, just talk us through that race, because it didn't look like smooth sailing.
Well, in that race, I think about everything that could go right probably went right for me. So I think Drobel and Drive were a bit quicker. But one thing in the race I was surprised about was Drive pitting, because the tyre wear looked like they could definitely make it to around lap 24, 25, and that's probably when the rain was going to come. Apart from that, probably why I won.
Suppose right strategy and the right tires at the right time do play their part. But going back a little bit into it's last week actually after Baku, obviously wrapping up the title. Going into this race, there was a little bit more, I say, leniency in terms of the championship because you already had it sewn up. But did that play any part as well in the preparation for the race?
No, I didn't really think about the championship or anything. I just went into like a normal race weekend, try and win again. But yeah, no
Obviously,
different things.
well, suppose don't change what isn't broken. And as we pack our bags and say farewell to Europe, we begin our continental series in the Middle East as we head to Yas Marina and Abu Dhabi. The new layout of the track, it has had its moments, especially last season's title decider. So I'm sure Driver will have his tail up for that, especially after tonight. And I think 4 victories so far under your belt and a European Championship yourself. I think that's all the motivation that you need for the race.
Yeah, it definitely is.
Short and sweet. Can't really answer my own question, to be honest. But now that'll do it from a race winner for the 4th time being... There we go. Saved it. Let's go. Saved it off. From Reese B07, that'll be it from him. That'll be it from us. And a big thank you to everyone for tuning in and for watching across quote-unquote experimental Season 7, because the first half of our adventure is complete, and a new chapter will begin on Sunday, if I'm correct, it is the 24th of March. We begin our very first Continental Championships, where we head off to the Yas Marina circuit in Abu Dhabi. Our Tier 3 drivers, Monkey Boy Kurt, Tejim, Fishsticks, David Lawface, no introduction needed. But, as we mentioned at the start of the stream, Hirsch and Locker are 2 wildcard picks in that tier, and it seems like Red Bull are doing another driver swap, so let's see what they can do in amongst what is arguably a very, very closely contested field where anything can happen on Sunday. Wednesday following that will be on the 27th of March, where the Tier 3 move on from Tier 3 to Tier 2, and the 29th of March next week our Tier 1 drivers close at the curtain and open their chapters and logbooks for the Continental Championship Series. So Season 7.0 is done. Season 7.5 begins in a little under 48 hours. So a big thank you for everyone tuning in and for watching. But before we do though, Monkey Boy Kurt, the driver of the day. So who are you picking?
I think driver of the day, it always chops and changes throughout the race. You always think you're going to give it to someone else and something else happens, and then you end up thinking, well, someone else deserves it. I think today we're going to give it to someone that's been very consistent throughout the race. Someone that's not maybe got the results that they probably maybe wanted throughout the season, but nevertheless they're a driver that definitely never gives up, and today they come away with a podium. Today I'm going to give the driver of the day to Julie Vane. He comes up from 6 on the grid to get his first podium of the season, something which, no disrespect, I don't think many of us would have thought at the start of the race. So yeah, he's going to get my driver of the day today.
Well, there you go, Julie Vane, our final European driver of the day. And that has been Monkey Boy Kurt, and this has been Cruiser 1872. We'll leave it off on the Red Bull for Junie Vane as a well done for driver of the day, and another thank you for tuning in and for watching over our European series. And we'll see you all as we tour the globe, because this has been Cruiser 1872. Thank you all very much for watching, and from all of us here at FPRL, good night.